Here she comes, Miss Prego USA. So evidently, Erica thinks the best way to get Olivia out right now is to walk the dogs inside of the house. What are you doing, babe?
I'm walking the dog.
Why are you walking the dogs?
Because I need a walking buddy.
Why do you need a walking buddy?
Because it's time for Olivia to come out, and I want to walk with Olivia. Come on.
Why don't you do like what normal, people do when they want to have a baby, like drink castor oil or.
Oh, Shadow's done.
Shadow, y'all done?
Ready?
You didn't want to walk anymore?
We're not done yet. Got another half an hour to go. Come on.
So I've been meaning to make this video since I started these vlogs. I wanted to get them done by the 5th vlog. I know this is the 6th, but technically it's the 5th because the first two was one vlog first, and then I split it. So technically this is the 5th vlog. So I started these vlogs for friends and family who live far away, because we're down in North Carolina and my family and friends are up in Ohio, and Erica's family and friends are up in Michigan. So I originally started this for them. By putting it on YouTube, it's worldwide and kind of everybody can see it. So I just wanted to get it out there, our story about how we met. You gotta stay to the right of me.
I'm sorry, but I'm walking. You're just here to keep me company.
So I just wanted to give you guys our story, because it's one of those stories that you just don't hear every day, and when you do, you're like, oh, that never happened. No, that kind of thing just doesn't happen to people. But it did us, and I think it's a really great story. So I hope you enjoy it. So I was in the Army. I signed up right after September 11th, and I was in there for a couple years, and I met somebody. His name was Stephen Neiman, and he was in my unit. And first time that we deployed to Iraq, he came with me, and it was about 6 months into the deployment that one day he was like, I got a letter from my sister finally. And I'm like, you get a sister? You got a sister? And he said, yeah, I got a sister. And I was like, you got to show me her picture.
I'm trying to go into labor. I don't want to take video.
So it took me a good 2 weeks to get this picture, because he's been carrying around in his wallet. And when I finally got to see it, it was Erica's senior picture. And I looked at him and I said, dude, your sister's hot. Give me.
I look so hot right now. Pregnant. Yeah. No makeup, hair back.
You're hot.
Oh, kiss my ass.
So I finally got to see the picture, and I was like, dude, you got to give me her address. I was like, I was single. It was like 4 years since I had been with anybody. Oh, that's real bad. I don't want to sound like a freaking loser. Yeah. I had a name in every port. It took me a couple weeks after that to get his address, and I wrote her a letter.
Uh-oh.
What did you think when you first got that letter, babe?
Chocolate break.
Chocolate break.
I remember being confused because I didn't know who Private First Class Devin J. Stewart was. So then I opened up the letter, and I read the letter. I don't recall verbatim what it said, but it was an introductory letter. And so I wrote you back. I was intrigued. And thereafter I wrote a letter to my brother, kind of reaming him out for showing off my senior high school picture when I was 23 years old.
But you were a hot senior.
Whatever.
So then we kind of corresponded back and forth for about a good 5 months.
About that.
After that. Oh. Stop it!
I gotta pee now.
So here I am in Iraq, writing to this chick that I never even met before, whose brother is already pissed off at me because he thinks that I'm trying to get with his sister. And we started setting things up for a meeting whenever I got out of the Army. Oh,
I'm sorry. Stop it. funny.
What are you crying for? Are you crying? There's no crying in pregnancy.
I'm not crying. I'm just tearing up because I'm laughing so hard. You're just so serious and he looks so pissed off at me right now.
So I kept telling her that I wanted to meet her after I came back from Iraq. After my year stint, her brother got out of the army, and I got to go on 2 weeks leave. And what did I do? I first drove up to Ohio for a couple days, and then I told my parents I was like I'm gonna go see my old army buddy for a couple weeks. It was about a week. I'm gonna go see my army buddy for a week. So I drove all the way up to Detroit. I drove all the way up there to see my friend, and finally got to meet Erica in person. And I'd say we hit it off. Pretty quickly, didn't we? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember what you did the first night you got into Michigan?
Oh, do you remember?
Yeah.
Devin came to watch me play cards with the grandma group.
Yes, I had to suck it up and take one for the team. I had to go with Erica and Bushi to a pinochle club, which was pretty funny because I spent the majority of the night sitting around Erica while all these old ladies are sitting there telling her that she should jump my bones.
Yeah.
Basically.
He's cute. When are you gonna have sex with him?
Yeah.
I didn't respond. I was a good girl. You should ask Bushi what her first impression was of you, since you're telling the story and she's here.
Yeah. What was your first impression of me, Bushi?
That you were such a quiet little guy.
Just Thanks. So here I am, single guy in the army for at that time about a year and a half. Just spent an entire year in Iraq looking for love, and when I came home, I found it. It was practically love at first sight. After we first met, we had written back and forth to each other for a good 6 months, and then 2 months after we physically met, I proposed to her because it was right. It was the right thing to do, and we've been married 5 years now.
What day did we get engaged?
April 9th.
Oh, he remembers.
Yes, I remember.
Oh.
And what day did you get married?
Oh.
November 6th. I always remember that one, guys. After I proposed, we had a shotgun wedding. It's not a shotgun wedding when it works out. So here we are, wrote back and forth for 6 months, met each other. 2 months later, got engaged, and then 7 months after that, we got married. But it all seemed like it took forever.
It's a love story, baby.
So there you have it, a love story about war and two people finding each other through circumstances that you would never even think of possible. But just to let you know, it can happen, and it did. Give me a kiss. I love you.
I love you too.
Walk, walk, walk all night long. Walk, walk, walk till the baby comes home.